Are you relaxed? Let your thoughts flow like the river that descends from the mountain in the form of ash. Well, a waterfall isn't really that relaxed, I guess. Well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Manos Science Theater 2015. Tonight is a special occasion because I asked my Twitter and Facebook followers what should I live read, and the answer was a Chinese web novel, otherwise known as Wuxia. Anyone familiar with the term? No? Well, the problem is, I guess it's not exactly popular as a term. I mean, there probably are a lot of people that read Chinese web novels, but not a lot of people that know the term Wuxia. It doesn't exactly refer to Chinese web novels, but to a genre of Chinese fiction concerning the adventures of martial artists in ancient China. Tonight's read was suggested to me by a friend who said that it was a good read, while another friend, knowing this same story, told me that it's worse than shit. Who is going to be right?
let's go right ahead and read. Okay, first the introduction. To be fair, this has been translated in English by an user of a forum that is called He-Man. Yeah, there is the He-Man. Anyway, the name is Xing Chembian, I think that's the correct pronunciation, and the name in English is Stellar Transformation. The author is called iTomatoes, and now the synopsis. In a galaxy far away, there is a kid with an innate inability to practice internal techniques. In order to gain the respect of his father, he resolutely chooses to follow the more difficult and painful path of practicing external techniques. As the years go by, he grows up, but what really changes his life is a mysterious meteoric crystal stone, the meteoric tear. The stone fuses with the young man's body unnoticed, and he seems to undergo drastic transformations as a result. After that, everything is changed. Eventually his father knows that the son for whom he hasn't really shown a lot of consideration possesses astonishing abilities, and there is a lot more to come. So I guess there's going to be plenty of daddy issues in this thing. Oh well. Let's go. Okay, there's a glossary, a bit more of intro, but I guess we should go with... there we go. Book 1, Chapter 1. Book 1, King Yu. Chapter 1, also named King Yu. Okay, let's start the music again. I need to understand how I can loop this shit. Oh well. There we go. It is a day in the winter. After heavy snows, the whole Yan city seems to be covered in a silvery coat. Okay, I know it's the first line in the first chapter of the first book, but the thing is, snow isn't silver, it's white. And this makes me sad. Yeah, because this was written by a Chinese person, and the thing is, the only way that the snow can be grey if its snow is dirty. I've been going in a mountain town ever since I was little, so I know. Especially when it's dirted by smog. So I know this is probably purple prose gone wrong, but in my mind, this poor guy has never seen clean snow. Because China, you know, what the most polluted country in the world. Anyway. A very large city. Yan City can accommodate several million people, and so the mansion of the person who is in charge of the 3 countries comprising the eastern region, East Vanquishing Prince Kinde, is located in the city. Okay, this is a case of non-sequitur, because just being the biggest city doesn't make automatically you the best placement for a seat of power. If anything, the position should be an issue more than the size, but... The East Vanquishing Prince Mansion occupies an extremely large area with its main entrance kept open all the time. The main entrance is also very large enough for 6 or 7 people to enter at the same time. Open at all the time? That doesn't really sound safe. Okay. Moreover, there we go, guards. 2 bare-chested, vigorous men who are about 2 meters tall and look as they are carved from rock are standing on the left and right-hand sides of the entrance with their eyes coldly glancing at the crowds of passerbys. Each of them is carrying a huge blood-red battle knife on his muscular tiger-like back. At first sight, the knives are at least 1.5 meters long. Okay, first, if it's 1.5 meters long, that's not a knife, that's a broadsword, at least. Second, their muscular tiger-like back... Okay, so they look like rocks, so they're kinda, sharp-looking, and their skin is grey. That looks like a fairly serious medical condition. Also, their muscular tiger-like backs. So, basically, we had to imagine these guys, very tall but hunched over, with their backs curved, with green skin and black stripes on top of their backs. And also a huge blood-red battle knife. Okay, these guys should probably see a doctor. Okay. It is a winter day, the ground is totally covered by snowflakes, the temperature is threateningly low, and even the rivers are frozen, yet these two men are bare-chested. Yeah, should definitely see a doctor. Okay, that's why their skin is grey. That's frostbite, morons! Nevertheless, this is not the most shocking thing, really. What is even more frightening, okay, is that there is a ferocious tiger standing beside each of them. The tigers are red like flame from top to toe and are about 2 meters long. Every time they sweep their iron whip-like tails, they cause the air to tremble. Their eyes radiate cold rays of light. These tigers are called fierce tigers. Okay, first, that's a pretty unimaginative name. Second, if they're completely red, so no stripes, why the fuck are they called tigers? I mean, tigers, okay, quick check, let's see. Etymology of the word tiger. Tiger, there we go. Tiger. Okay, from the Latin tigris, tiger, from Greek tigris, which means sharp pointed arrow. Okay, so tigers are okay, but the problem is, I mean, these things don't really look anything like tigers, so I maybe should have found another name? I don't know. Okay, let's go on this minor nitpick, I guess. I'm sure there is going to be big nitpicks. Moving on. Suddenly, two men walk out from the East Vanquishing Prince mansion. They are also bare-chested and leading a fierce tiger each. They have come to change shifts with the other two. Outside of the mansion, people all wittingly bypass it whether they are members of powerful families, aristocrats, or commoners in Yan City. In a secluded courtyard in the East Vanquishing Prince Mansion, wow, that's a long name. A middle-aged man, dressed in green, is sitting on a stone bench. A lovely boy is sitting on his legs. For some reason reminds me of that old man from Family Guy. 12 people are standing in front of him. Damn, it's 2. Okay, these 12 people are either old men or beautiful women or young men, but they have one thing in common. They are all dressed in purple. Sorry, but okay, just imagine there is this mansion with these grey guys with black stripes on their back and a huge knife with red tigers that are not really tigers guarding a mansion where an old man with a little kid on his lap is having a conversation with 12 people dressed as eggplants. What the fuck? Okay, but seriously, another nitpick. This tells a lot. I mean, at least to me, because these 12 people are either old man, or beautiful woman, or young man. So this guy, either old man, young man, if they're woman, they're not old, they're beautiful. That's it. Because, God forbid, I mean, you can be beautiful even at old age. Just look at Ellen fucking Mirren. Oh my god. But the thing is, they had to be beautiful. Because, God forbid, you can be a girl and kick ass or whatever while being ugly as sin. Isn't that right? Moving on. Father, what are you called up so many teachers for? Asks Queen Yu, who is just 6 years old and is sitting on his father's thighs. Okay, it's his father. Idly kneading a snowball in his hands, he looks at his father Kinde with doubtful eyes. Kinde caresses King Yu's head lovingly, then looks up and turns to the 12 people. He suddenly says, "You thought you were for some time. Alright, don't be hesitant. Let me know if you have any judgments." Well, you summoned them because you wanted their advice, so I guess maybe let me know your judgment. I don't suppose they're not going to have any judgments if they're being their teachers. Anyway, The 12 people look at each other. Then a white-bearded man takes a step forward. Okay, I'm going to do my best impression of an aging martial artist. "Your Highness," says he. "Having observed third prince from every aspect, we see that third prince," why not call him from the third prince, maybe? Oh, whatever. "Has some interest in unconventional skills." What's unconventional? "But has absolutely no interest in such matters as the way you're ruling. According to our judgment, it is impossible for third prince to become a perfect ruler. Or to become a ruler at all if he doesn't want to learn how to rule, you know? It seems a bit subjective for them to make such an assertion after having stayed in contact with the boy for only several days, but Kinde has no doubts nonetheless." Well, maybe they don't have any doubts, so why shouldn't he have any doubts? Some time, if it's just been some days, that's not some time. Some time is a few months, maybe years, but a few days? Really? I don't know. He gives a deep sigh, looks at that waiting King Yu, and says with a forced smile, "I see. Yuer is like his mother. He has no interest in worldly power, but in terms of practicing martial arts, he's..." Saying up to here, Kinde suddenly stops. He then waves... He then waves his hand away and says, "This period of time must have been troublesome for you. You all can now leave the mansion." "Your Highness, we take our leave." The 12 people bow in unison, then leave the secluded little courtyard and turn. Okay, that's a waste of personnel. Like 12 people and you only heard one's opinion? Talk about wasting money. Anyway. Now there are only Kinde and his son King Yu in the courtyard. Yes, Odor, we know how to count and to keep track of people, but Kinde remains silent. After a while, he looks at King Yu with meaningful eyes. Anyway, 6 years old, King Yu is still unable to understand the meaning of this. "What's the matter with father? Why isn't he talking?" wonders he. But he is very clever, so he does not disturb his father. Having been without his mother since he was very little, in his heart, father is the most important person in addition to his two older brothers. And here this doesn't really make... it's a contradiction here. Objection! If he's very clever, how come he's not clever enough to understand what was said? Because they said all that shit about him. I understand, even if, the author calls him King Yu and the father calls him Yuer, but the thing is, if he's very clever, how can he not at least suspect that they're talking about him and that they said the things they said about him upset his father? Oh well. After some time, Kinde is still sitting. King Yu has been sitting quietly on his father's thighs all along. Suddenly, a cry of a crane rises. A white Xian crane is flying towards them. On the Xian crane is sitting a handsome middle-aged man with an elegant, lofty demeanor. The Xian crane takes only a short while to arrive at the courtyard. And here we should have had some description that matched those of the tigers before, because a crane doesn't really... it's not big enough to carry a grown person. Unless, maybe there's a glosser here. Okay, Xian is an immortal being or related to them or supposed to be related to them. So it's an immortal crane, like a very special crane. Whatever. As soon as he sees this middle-aged man, Kinde stands up, lets his son fall to the ground ruinously, completely forgetting that you shouldn't get up so abruptly with your son on your fucking thighs. Okay, this isn't really written, but what the fuck? Kinde stands up and asks hurriedly, "Brother Feng, there is something wrong about the Yuer's Dantian. I wonder if you can think of... Okay, no, what the hell is Dantan? Okay, let's go to the glosser again. Okay, Dantian, the energy center of a person. Okay. There is something wrong. Thinking that like that, Feng Yuzi naturally knows what is wrong with this good friend. He only seeks and says, as I said earlier, there is absolutely no hope of success for you. Earlier when? Earlier when? I mean, this is not the same person. What the shit? I mean, this is not the same person that said this. So earlier when? What the shit? Earlier when? Off screen? You should have let... As I said earlier, there is absolutely no hope of success for you in practicing martial arts, your highness. His very strange Danshan can accumulate internal energy, so of course he can practice martial arts. This kind of Dantian is innate, and there is not even a chance of finding it in millions upon millions of people, so I have no solution either. Hearing this outcome, Kinde slowly sits down and contemplates for a long time. So, I'm waiting for him to stop. Father, what is internal energy? Why can't my Dantian accumulate internal energy? Just now those teachers also talked about a ruler or something. What did they mean? Asks 6 years old while that Kinyu doubtfully. Okay, so he did get that, baby. He remembers what was said not long ago clearly. So he did know this. Kinde smiles bitterly inside, but still suits Kinyu. So he didn't contemplate for a long time if he was interrupted right off the bat by his son. Don't ask too much. You dislike studying this and that and want to go to Misty Villa, don't you? King Yu's eyes immediately shine with excitement, looking like bright stars in the night sky. He says, so I don't have to study those boring books anymore? Misty Villa, love the hot spring, love looking up at the stars, and love watching the sun rise. Kinde smiles. Alright, Yue, if you like. I'm going to give you Misty Villa. There is also 1,000 crack soldiers who will be yours to command. If you want something, just tell your father directly. What the fuck is a crack soldier? Like, is it a gang member? Are these guys like in the mafia? What the fuck? What the shit? What? Haha, this is awesome! Wow, Misty Villa is mine now! I'll be able to soak in the hot spring every day! It's going to feel very good! Says Kinyu. His cheeks are red with excitement. So, you go red if you're excited? Well, unless you're excited down, but, okay. Never mind, he's a 6 years old boy. The smile on Kinde's face is totally forced, but Kinyu still does not notice anything unusual. It's good that you like it, You should get some sleep first. Whenever you want to go to Misty Villa, you only need to tell your Grandpa Lian. Smiles Kinde while tapping Kinyu on the head. Goodbye, father. Goodbye, Uncle Feng. Kinyu waves his hands, then goes to his room. Kinde smiles and watches Kinyu enter the room. His face then suddenly hardens. With a shake of his body, he seems to turn into a wisp of green smoke and disappears from the courtyard. Feng Yuzi also disappears after him gracefully like a floating cotton fiber. That doesn't sound graceful. Okay, I think I know this, but this guy is using a lot of adjectives and adverbs, like telling us how we should judge something, like gracefully like a floating cotton fiber. So, I mean, I wouldn't exactly find that graceful. I mean, you know what I mean? Just let me decide. You describe. Let me decide what something looks like. Don't tell me, you know? Okay, so in a secret room of the princely mansion, there are 3 people at the moment: Kinde, Feng Yuzi, and a scholar who is dressed in black and holding a folding fan. Your Highness, you have really made the decision. The black-dressed scholar looks at Kinde and asks him doubtfully. Also, you just told us that he was dressed in black, so you could have just used the scholar. Kinde nods. Since you can become a leader or an expert of the Xiantian level, it is better if he doesn't take part in this. The Xiantian level? Xiantian. Pre-heaven. Something that is innate. Huh. Okay, where was it? Okay, that strange Danshan of Iselas. Perhaps the only thing I can give him is 10 odd years of happiness and quietude. When the time comes for us to put my plan into action, you won't be able to have a peaceful day either. Feng Yuzi thinks for a while, then decides to speak out. Your Highness, must this plan of yours be executed? You should know what consequences that plan will bring about once it's carried out, should you not? Asks Feng Yuzi once again. Kinde's face hardens immediately, his eyes flash with cold lights. Again with his cold eyes. What, do they flash like yellow? Blue? Because a cold light is like a light that it's not yellow or what, like it's on the opposite of the spectrum. A cold light is blue. Do his eyes flash blue? Is that it? Jesus Christ, these guys all have some really bad medical conditions. First the tiger guys with frostbite, and now cold lights. Even the tigers, the red tigers had blue flashing eyes. What the fuck is going on here? He says, it doesn't matter if it is for the ancestors of the Mamma mia. Of the Qin clan or for Jing Yi, this plan must be carried out. Jing Yi left me 3 sons, although there is something wrong with Yuer Dantian, you already told us. But Fenger and Zenger are good at martial arts and literature respectively, enough to make this matter important successful. Xu Yuan, as the first move, Shadowich has been started. Okay, hold on here. You just said that basically your youngest son is bad at martial art because he has a bad but you gave a pass to the other son because he's good at literature. So why the fuck did you give up on your youngest son when only one of your other sons is good at martial arts, but while the other one is good at literature? I mean, okay, so you try to make him learn martial art, they told me you couldn't do it, but the older one is good at literature, so why the fuck? He's only, does one son at a time is supposed to be good at literature? Is that like an official rule? What the fuck? The black dress scholar Xu Yuan waves his fan a couple of times, then folds it and says with a smile, "Don't worry, your highness, I have everything in the palm of my hand." Good. Very good. Kinde's eyes radiate killing intent. A swig of water. Just give me a sec. Moving on. So, yeah, a lot of daddy issues here. The place where East Vanquishing Prince Kinde lives is called the Qianlong Continent, which has a large area. To this day, no, it's a continent, of course it's a large area, what? To this day, no one has ever been able to measure it. This is due mostly to the fact that the easternmost part of the Qianlong continent is occupied by an immense wilderness. The wilderness has many high mountain ranges and is covered by thick forests. It also has countless demonic beasts. The deeper one goes into the wilderness, the more dangerous the beasts you will encounter. Therefore, not even the powerful people, honorably styled the Shangxian on the Qianlong continent, have been able to explore this immense wilderness fully. Okay, a Shangxian is... literally means a superior immortal being? So let me get it straight. There are there are a lot of people that accent to immortality in this thing? That's commonplace? Huh. Okay, and that's not it. Still, that's not enough. Oh well. On the west side of the immense wilderness, there are 3 big kingdoms ruled respectively by the Chu dynasty, the Ming dynasty, and the Han dynasty. This is okay. So, Romance of the 3 Kingdoms match. The populations of the 3 kingdoms amount to approximately 10 billion people. The continent's area is even more shockingly large. The three dynasties. Chu is the most powerful, but there is a very special clan within its kingdom. The Qin clan, or the main character. The Qin clan occupies the 3 counties comprising the eastern region out of the Chu kingdom's 12 counties. It has a heritage that has been passed down for several hundred years. Its footing in the 3 eastern region countries is so profound that even the Chu emperor will find it extremely difficult to deal with the Qin clan. Moreover, the clan has a unique corps called the Fierce Tiger Corps. Fierce tigers, crimson from head to toe and having a fairly large body, are a particular type of tiger, and I still don't understand why the fuck they call them tiger if they don't look like a fucking tiger. The method of breeding them on a large scale is the most important secret of the Qin clan. Maybe they dip them in aluminium or like chlorine. The Qin clan is an army of is charge of an army of 600,000 men. It's 50,000 of whom belong to the First Tiger Corps. Every soldier of the corps rides a first tiger, having astonishingly strong attacks itself. Coupled with the mounted soldier, the tiger becomes even more difficult to defeat. No, really! The roars of the 50,000 first tigers alone can cause a lot of damage to the enemy's morale. That 50,000 fierce tiger soldiers can easily annihilate a large army of over 100,000 ordinary cavalrymen. The power of martial arts is of paramount importance on the Qianlong continent. Each of the 3 big kingdoms here has at least one Xuxianist who serves as a national guardian. In the eyes of commoners, Xuxianists are godlike. Once their flying swords are drawn, they can behead a person from hundreds or thousands of leagues away. Using their swords, they can fly up to the 9th level of the sky. Are such feats not what only mortal beings are capable of? That and your average shonen manga main character around the mid-story. Also, okay, good on the Qin, whatever, dynasty, clan, the thing to have this fierce tiger corps, but they don't sound impressive enough. Not that much, after you told us that there are people that are actually immortal god that basically ascended to godhood and that they can decapitate people from thousands of miles, whatever Ali is. Let's see, I bet it's in the glossary. Ali is a unit of land in the story. It's 0.6 kilometers, so it's alpha kilometers. Okay, the problem is, again, your 50,000 mounted tiger corps don't really amount to shit if there are people that strong in your story. So it kind of falls flat on its face. Yeah, we have 50,000 mounted tiger corps. Yeah, I have a guy that can kill you like... Oh, right, I forgot about that. Also, even if basically, also maybe you could say, well, maybe they're all good likes. Okay, then what the fuck do they need the tigers for? Because I doubt the tigers can ascend to godhood, can they? Misty Villa is built on Mount Donglan. The mountain is 3,000 meters high. 3 kilometers! Say 3 kilometers high! And therefore can be considered a high mountain. No, really! Wow, if you didn't tell me that, I would have really never guessed that 3 kilometers high is a very tall mountain! 2 years have passed. Have passed. Kinyu is now an 8-year-old boy. He has grown taller quite a bit. His eyes occasionally radiate wisdom, but deep in the eyes there is a hint of sadness. At this moment, Kinyu is walking on a mountain road along with a black young eagle standing on his shoulder. How the fuck can... whatever. Xiao Hei, it's been 2 years. My father has only visited me once in 2 whole years. Wait, you mean you, like, moved there? So, let me get this straight. This guy actually let his 6 years old son go alone because he couldn't practice martial arts after saying that the other was good because... What kind of father gives up on his son so fucking early? 6 years old? Are you fucking kidding me?
Kinyu nips his lips, then talks to the young eagle on his shoulder. He found this young eagle 1 year ago while going about on Mount Danglan, and conveniently, that's the right word there, brought it along. Having the eagle as a friend, he has not been very lonesome. His father was his everyday friend before he turned 6, but he has been 12 years since then, and he's only seen his father once. The black eagle flaps its wing and gently caresses Kinyu's childish face, making him laugh immediately. What the fuck else is an 8 years old face supposed to be? After walking for a while, he suddenly sees a pregnant woman ahead of him who is orderly carrying firewood. He promptly turns to the eagle and says, Xiao Hei, let's help this auntie, okay? Xiao Hei flaps its wings at once and shakes a couple times on Qin Yu's shoulder. Without delay, Qin Yu runs very fast to the woman while laughing. Auntie, allow me to carry the firewood for you, Qin Yu says to the woman. Why did he run to her, laughing? Hey, auntie, hey, allow me to carry the firewood for you. What the fuck is your problem, child? Are you possessed? Is the devil in you, son? Hearing that, she puts down a bundle of firewood and wipes the sweat on her face. It's not sweat, it's sweat. When she sees that Kinyu is only a boy, she says, laughingly, Thank you, little kid, your auntie here can carry it by herself. It's still about 1 leaf from here to our hamlet. Saying to here, she puts the firewood on her back again and continues to advance. Oh my god. So, okay. This guy is unattended. He left whatever the place is supposed to be in unattended. His father worries that some shit may go on. He's like the youngest child of the... I'm not a little kid. I'm 8 years old already. I'm sure I can carry the firewood. Kinyu looks at the sweats. At the sweat! Not the sweats! The sweat! On the woman's face. With just 2 actions, he abruptly snatches the firewood from her and puts it on his back. Okay, that's not fucking possible. Because if I get this... what actions? Did you trip the pregnant woman to snatch the thing off her back? Because if I remember this kind of thing, basically, she's supposed to like have some kind of backpack or something with straps on her shoulder, carrying the bulk on her back. How the fuck did you remove it from her if she didn't do it willingly for you? Did you trip the pregnant woman, kid? The fuck? Don't trip the pregnant woman. Okay. A bundle of firewood is nothing to an ordinary people, to an ordinary person maybe, but to an 8-year-old boy it is very heavy. However, because Kinyu often soaks himself in a hot spring in Misty Villa, his body is much stronger than that of a normal 8-year-old child, and he's actually able to carry it on his back. Okay, you have a magic hot spring that lets people who bathe on it daily get stronger to the point that an 8-year-old boy can do stuff that are normal for adults. And you... What? Okay, I guess in this world there is more to martial arts than just physical strength, but... Auntie, you see, aren't I carrying it? You still call me a little kid? Says King Yu proudly. His childish little face is covered in dust at the moment, looking very dirty, and I would cover it his max. Are you doing this to do me a favor, little kid, or are you just looking to make a big man out of yourself? What the shit? The woman is amazed briefly. She soon says with a smile, your strength is really not bad, but there is a lead to go. I'm sure you can go on till the end, kid. We'll better let Auntie cover it. Why is this woman amazed if you live in a world where people can actually people can actually become immortal gods in this? Why the fuck are you amazed of an 8-year-old kid carrying a bundle of wood? Maybe surprised, shocked, but amazed? Really? Who says I can't go until the end? Seeing the woman reach out her hand, King Yu hurriedly starts to run forward. Then he turns his head around and says, Auntie, I ran about this Mount Donglan many times. I know there is a hamlet just over a leaf from here. It must be your hamlet. Let's go. Hurry up. Ha, you're not as fast as me. You're going to make a pregnant woman run. You fucking asshole. She was already tired. What the fuck is your problem? Oh! Jesus Christ, what the hell is wrong with this family? The pregnant woman smiles broadly. This kid, whose family is he from? Having a son like this, his parents must be very happy. At first, it is not difficult for King Yu to carry the bundle of firewood, but after going some length, he feels his own legs start to weaken. After all, he has been going on a mountain road while carrying firewood on his back. Even though King Yu is really strong, he is also merely 8 years old. You just say that. Zen. I'm breathing abdominally right now. This is actually a martial art and meditation technique. It helps calm yourself down because I'm really about to lose my shit here. After a while, his legs suddenly tremble. Kid, says the woman alarmingly, don't worry, this is a piece of cake, says King Yu after turning his head around and struggling to put on a smiling face. Those words make him sound like a strong man. No, they don't. If people can read on his face that is cracking apart. But the mountain road does not agree with them. I don't agree with them either. King Yu's foot hits a stone and cannot help stumbling. Then his whole body falls to the ground with a thud. The woman immediately walks up. She takes hold of the firewood and helps King Yu stand up. His little face is now full of dust and looks very dirty. He was already very dirty, you said. Yeah, okay. His childish little face is covered in dust at the moment, looking very dirty. You said that before. Now he says that he's very dirty again. How can you make it dirty, more dirty? Very dirty, more very dirty. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Does this guy even read what he writes? Feeling deeply wronged, he turns to the woman and says, Auntie, actually, I can still carry it. Just now I only tripped on a stone. What do you mean you felt wronged? So what, she tried to help you and she wronged you? Your pride? Is that... What? Alright, Auntie knows you can still go, but the amulet is up ahead. I thank you very much. The woman passes the firewood on her back. Seeing that King Yu is not injured, she helps him clean his face. Then she carefully warns him again to go home. Only after King Yu has nodded and promised that he will, she return to the amulet. King Yu looks at the amulet, which is about 100 meters in front of him, and says with a frown, Xiao Hei, it's time to go home. Then he immediately smiles, but it's much easier for Auntie now, she arrived at the amulet soon. His smile is brilliant. It's a smile from the bottom of his heart. At a secret place nearby, 3 people look at each other. They are experts who secretly protect King Yu. Oh, so it wasn't. Okay, at least that, sorry. Okay.
He is vanquishing Prince's son and third prince, no less. So how is it possible for him to run around alone on a big mountain? Yeah, okay. You got me there. Only there. Third Prince is still a kid, but he's already so kind. I can't understand why His Highness sent Third Prince to Misty Villa. He only visited it once in 2 years. Every time seeing Third Prince sit alone at the top of the mountain for a whole night, seeing his small body engulfed in the cold wind of the night, I felt unhappy. So, no, what? No, let's go on because I mean, what? Every time the interpret sit alone in the top of whoop. You're supposed to be there to protect him. Why the fuck are you allowing him to stay out in the cold for whole nights? His fate is so... What the shit? Why isn't this kid died of... Why hasn't he died of pneumonia yet? Oh my fucking god! Okay, it's almost over. Thank God. What the shit is wrong with these people? Oh, another man nods and says, "Wherever Third Prince looked up at the sky, his expression made my heart ache. His Highness says, alas! Enough. What His Highness wants to do is not what we can understand. Our duty is only to protect Third Prince well. And you've..." Suddenly, on the mountain road, a Swarty? What the shit? Swarty, having a dark complexion or color. I didn't know that. Suddenly on the mountain road, a dark man of an imposing build with eyes as large as copper bells is coming up at a high speed on a crimson tiger. He says loudly as he sees King Yu, "Third Prince! First Prince and Second Prince have arrived!" King Yu is so excited that his eyes glitter. He runs to the swarthy man at once and jumps on the tiger's back. His face is reddened with excitement. He says hurriedly, "Uncle Wang, hurry up, let's go back to Misty Villa!" The man hugs King Yu carefully, then drives the first tiger to descend the mountain at top speed, leaving behind a dust cloud. Anime style. So that's the first chapter of Stellar Transformations, a Wuxia web novel. So, just let me... Okay, so this thing is actually popular enough that they made a morpg out of it. Okay, so I guess it's a China only morpg, and yet, I mean... I think I will have... I mean, the first impression is this thing is not very good at all. And I can already guess from the... I mean... So, okay, so the father is a shit father, but... okay, it's basically too extreme. The father that gives up on him at 6 years old only, even if he has a son that he excuses because he's good at literature, whatever that means, because you're maybe good at, knowledge, you may be good at tactics, strategy, but good at literature? Is he a writer? What the hell? So, anyway, at 6 years old, you already gave up on him, you're a shitty father. But on the other extreme, we had these people that, is still a little kid, but he's already so kind, also so kinda clumsy. I can't understand why His Highness sent the third prince to Misty Villa and only visited... Okay, so, and on the other, we'll have... I bet you this, we'll have everyone but his father, and, his relative, his father, and, no, maybe just his father. I bet you whatever you want, they will have everyone but his father and his eventual enemies falling head over heels of making, turn this because, oh, whoa, his little prince is so good, he's so worldwide. And he's even royalty. Shit. Okay, so this was the first, wow. I didn't think I would get so pissed. This is only the first chapter of the first book, according to the translator. This thing has 18 books for a total of 680 chapters. This was just the first one, and already I'm this. This has been Menos Science Theater 2015, Stellar Transformations, Chapter 1. I'll see you next time. Share that. The shit did I get myself into?